Pakistan continues to remain in the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force, but what's to be noticed is the latest addition to the list: Turkey. The decision was taken in a 3-day FATF plenary, the fifth one this year, where 206 members of the global network and observer organizations such as the IMF, the United Nations, and the World Bank met. Today on NIJ Explained, let's take a look at what FATF is and what purpose it serves. Namaste and welcome to NIJ. I am Richa Dwivedi. Now, what is the FATF? The FATF is the Global Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Watchdog. It is an intergovernmental body that sets international standards aiming to prevent illegal activities involving terrorist financing. The FATF was established in 1989 as a response to the laundering of drugs money initiated by the G7 countries. The G7 nations felt a need for some kind of international cooperation in this area, and therefore the FATF was set up to keep a check on money laundering and terrorist financing. So how does it work? Being a policy-making body, the FATF works to generate the necessary political will to bring about national legislative and regulatory reforms in these areas. Now that there have been advancements in tactics of money laundering, the FATF reviews this and terrorist financing techniques continuously, strengthening its standards to address new risks, such as the regulation of virtual assets, which have spread as cryptocurrencies have gained popularity. Countries that are part of the FATF are required to apply the standards and rules set up by the body in their national systems. Not just that, the FATF monitors countries to ensure they implement the FATF recommendations effectively and holds countries to account that do not comply. One key point to note here is it is not just the FATF that reacts to non-conformity, but other countries and financial institutions, and this has economic repercussions. Therefore, compliance with FATF is an economic incentive for countries. Now, there are two types of FATF lists. The blacklist. Countries known as non-cooperative countries or territories are put on the blacklist. These countries support terror funding and money laundering activities. The FATF revises the blacklist regularly, adding or deleting entries. The second one is the grey list. Countries that are considered safe havens for supporting terror funding and money laundering are put in the FATF grey list. This inclusion serves as a warning to the country that it may enter the blacklist. Pakistan first made it to the FATF grey list in 2008. Its inclusion in the grey list can be attributed to the fact that the country's anti-terror laws are still not in line with FATF standards. Essentially, what Pakistan has mostly done in the past is detain both Masood Azhar and Hafiz Saeed for apprehension of breach of peace. Islamabad is finding it difficult to shield terror perpetrators and implement the FATF action plan at the same time. While there were some arrests of Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed and Jamaat-ud-Dawa cadres, they were all apprehended under the country's Maintenance of Public Order Act and not the Anti-Terrorism Act of 1997. The FATF, on the other hand, seeks freezing of funds, denial of weapons, access and travel ban. As a result, Pakistan has suffered huge economic losses. As per a report by an Islamabad-based think tank, Tabadla, Pakistan sustained a total of $38 billion in economic losses due to FATF's decision of placing the country in its grey list thrice since 2008. Being on the grey list also means economic sanctions and difficulty in attracting loans from bodies like IMF, the World Bank, and European Union. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan requires $51 billion within 2 years to fulfill the country's needs. Despite that, Pakistan, being Pakistan, continues to rub shoulders with the Taliban in Afghanistan, and this is only going to hurt its tiny chances of making it out of the grey list. In fact, Pakistan's allies, Turkey, China, and Malaysia, have kept it from slipping into the blacklist. But Turkey's bonhomie with Pakistan has proven to be costly, since now even Turkey has been included in the grey list. This spells trouble for Turkey, that has been looking to attract international investment into the country amid an economic crisis. India's assessment by the FATF is due next year. In 2019, India had set up a joint working group comprising 22 central investigation, intelligence gathering, and regulatory agencies to make presentations, hold discussions, and brief the FATF experts drawn from various countries once the review begins. As per reports, Indian financial regulatory and enforcement agencies are expected to showcase their action-taken reports and dossiers for the enforcement, regulatory, and investigative work undertaken by them under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Criminal Tax Evasion Instance, and for strengthening the CFT, that is, combating the financing of terrorism regime. So that was all from us today. Hope you found this video insightful. Do share your feedback in the comments below. Until next time, this is Richa Dwivedi signing off. Dhanyavad and Namaste.